Hi. I am making a video so that I can document this part of my life. And I don't really like making videos, but I'm going to do it. So today is a day that I normally would not show anyone. I would not record normally on of myself or any of what I'm going to talk about, but I feel like that's not honest, and it's not giving everybody what I said I was going to give on this channel, which is an actual portrait of what FND looks like, what CPTSD looks like, and what my life looks like. So bear with me. If I get emotional, just know that that's part of the process for me. I know that I probably will be emotional. That's not what this video is about. It's not one of those trending cry videos so that you can watch me cry. Definitely not that. But I am emotional, and that is part of this disorder and the complications of post-traumatic stress disorder and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It is a byproduct of what I've endured my whole life, and of basically fawning or stuffing it down, being trained not to talk about it. And so that is one of the reasons that I'm talking about it now, is because I don't want anyone out there to think that it's healthy to stuff it down or fawn or fake or deny your feelings, because that's not healthy at all. Having feelings is normal, and having negative emotions is normal. We all go through that. We all experience that. And some of us are taught from a very young age to deny that, to make things look good, to make ourselves look calm. And what happens is, when we are taught that, we are denied the opportunity to learn skills to cope with the actual emotions. And that creates adults like me who are just learning at 50 years old how to cope with emotions. So if you're a parent, I would like to encourage you to let your kids have feelings and teach them what the feelings are, teach them to name their feelings, and then teach them that you have feelings, and teach them what you do to cope. So today I woke up and I think it was just a fine day. Like I call it round one, because I wake up early in the morning, I let the dog out, I, do my routine, and then I lay back down because I'm exhausted, because my sleep hygiene is horrible, because I have anxiety about being alone at night in the dark, so I don't sleep well. So round two, I go back to bed, and then I get up, and so this morning I got up, I faced the day, I did a little bit of laundry, I did my water chores, I had a cup of coffee, and I'm sure I was on social media. I haven't done my Bible study yet, so there's things that I have to do. But I did talk to my sister. I did some doctor's appointments, making them, arranging them. I did some scheduling work. And then some things happened, just phone conversations. Nothing physical, like in my presence. Nothing that, like, I didn't have a test. None of that. I just had a phone conversation that didn't go well. And then I had another phone call coming in, and it was just a lot going on at that moment, and was very stressful. And for me, overwhelm is a trigger. When I'm overwhelmed, I don't know how to manage. I don't know how to tune some things out, because as a child, lots of things came at me at once, and I was expected to handle all of those things. And I think I did an amazing job as a kid to handle those things. Unfortunately, now as an adult, though, I'm maxed out. Like, all circuits are busy. So when the overwhelm happened, then I just sort of shut down. I don't necessarily know how to handle it all because my brain starts to shut down, literally shut down. So then when I'm overwhelmed, I start losing the ability for my brain to communicate with my body, and then I start dropping things, or I start slurring my speech, losing the ability to form words or find words that I need to have to speak. I start to say things differently than I would say them when I'm in a calm state. So then I'm now able to recognize that I'm in a state of overwhelm where I was not before. So before, I may not have even acknowledged being overwhelmed. I may have said, I'm fine, or I'm just stressed out, or whatever, and not even acknowledge that my nervous system is turned up to however high it's turned up to. So, knowing that I'm overwhelmed, I have to start saying no to things so that I can calm my system back down. And that's where things get tough, because I was taught that you're not supposed to say no. Like, I'm not supposed to tell people no. I'm not supposed to have boundaries that are healthy, because when someone needs me to do something, my response should always be, yes, I will do that. Yes, I'm on it. Yes, I can handle it, even when I can't. And the problem with that is it's not honest. It's not the truth. And it's very, very self-destructive. So I know in my logic brain, myself is overwhelmed. I am feeling a tight chest, shortness of breath, everything's speeding up, but I'm not able to catch up. I feel my blood starts to get hot. My blood pressure goes up. And I know that because when I press on my fingertips, when I have high blood pressure, my fingertips feel really fat, really like the pressure is hard in them. When I have low blood pressure, my fingers are very squishy and they don't feel very plump. And so I know I'm overwhelmed. I know I'm having a physical reaction to stress. And then I start to feel frustrated and short-tempered. And when I'm like that, then I don't understand. I'm not able to think or visualize or see anyone else in any equation. So I just am trying to escape like that. So then first I'm fawning like I'm okay, then I'm trying to fly away, to flee, and that doesn't work. So then the next option is obviously freeze or fight. And generally speaking, if I'm by myself, I will freeze. I will just shut down. If I'm around somebody else, specifically people that I have experienced previous trauma with, then it's a fight. And fights are not really good because I'm not thinking clearly and I'm not able to articulate myself very well. And so then what happens is I create a relationship issue that was never there. But I feel as though it's required because I have to engage with people. And so I'm learning now that it's okay for me to just say, I'll talk to you later, I have to go, or I can't talk right now. Like today I had to just say, I cannot talk right now. What that means is me talking to someone out loud is going to create a problem. Now, I'm not telling anybody that. That's what's happening though. Like, I'm recognizing that anything I say is going to come off rude, angry, short, frustrated, and misaligned because I'm not able to think clearly because my mind is disrupted. The functional part of my brain that's able to fire off on a calm and centered day it's not going to happen right now. And so rather than go into a long drawn out story, I'm just simply saying I can't talk right now. I can't talk on the phone. So if you need to ask me something, then text it to me. And that, when you've lived your whole life being taught that you must be kind and you must get along and you must be perfect, for lack of a better word, outwardly, it's a very difficult thing to say. I need to not talk right now. I need to back away right now. And when you especially grow up in an environment where people believe that whatever it is that they need is emergent and right now, and you will deal with it right now. When you grow up like that, you don't learn to say, this is not my emergency. This is your emergency. So you have to deal with it. I was never taught that. I was taught when my parent had an emergency, everybody stopped. Everybody handled that emergency. That was the emergency. But what I'm learning now is that I can say, no, that's not my emergency. That's not my problem to be solved. This is the place where I separate from that. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel normal. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel kind. It does not feel good. So that is how I got here. Those are the things that happened to how I got to this place in my emotions right now. What is this place in my emotions? It is an uncomfortable place. It's a place that I'm still trying to work on identifying and untangling, and then some parts of it I've started to work on healing, but other parts, I'm not even close to healing it. So that's kind of, it's like this weird place, right? This weird place. Yeah, it's like second grade. That's where I feel like I'm at emotionally. I'm very emotionally intelligent, but as far as emotionally healed from childhood trauma and adult trauma, I'm second grade. I'm just learning the basic skills to function, literally. So what does that mean for today? Today on the agenda, my only thing on the agenda was to go to a visitation for somebody that I feel very strongly connected to. She was a wonderful woman. She was a woman I wanted my child, my daughter, to connect with and learn those assertive skills, ways to be assertive and loving at the same time, because I don't have those skills. I am still in second grade. I'm still learning, okay, I need to say no right now. Like, this woman could say no, hand you a no, and you would eat it like it was candy because it was a beautiful no. I don't have those beautiful no's. Right now my no's are like, no. And that's not necessarily what I wanted my daughter to learn. I want her to be strong. I want her to be able to be confident in her no and say, no, this is a hard no for me. Sorry. Or not sorry, like not even to have to say sorry after that, because I'm so used to apologizing for anything I need that it is extremely uncomfortable to not apologize. And why should I apologize for needing something? Nobody's out there apologizing for needing oxygen. Nobody's saying, well, I need to breathe, sorry. No one's out there apologizing for needing food or needing to use the restroom. I need to use the restroom, sorry. Only kids do that because we teach them to do that, which is kind of weird. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So this visitation is today, and I was planning to go to it, but now I'm sort of wrecked. Like, I cannot visualize myself walking into any funeral home with any exterior people in it. Like, by exterior, I mean outside of myself. So even if my husband and kids were there, I cannot imagine walking into a funeral home right now. Can't do it. It's out of the realm of my imagination. Can I get there? Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to work on that. So what does that mean for my day? It means that I have to say, I can't do it. I can't go there. I can't get in my car and show up for the family of this woman that I really feel is an important and enriching part of my world. And the people that I want to show up for are people I love and care about, and I want to do it. I want to be there for them. But I know that me going there is going to turn my nervous system up on a good day, because it's public and it's uncomfortable, weird, like uncomfortableness of grief and funeral homes, and saying, giving your sympathies to somebody is not necessarily second nature. So that's uncomfortable. So, I'm trying to get there, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do what I wanted to do yesterday, keep my same to-do list, but do it in a way that honors who I am as a person with the disabilities that I have and the nervous system that I have, because I'm important too. And that's weird to say for me. That's uncomfortable for me to say, but I am important. And so that's really all I came on here to say, is I wanted to show my real feelings, talk about my real feelings, and show what it's like to go through this whole process of, here's what happened. This is what turned my nervous system up. This is what I'm trying to do. So, I don't know. I found a breathing exercise in my life binder that came from my treatment back in June, and it says, it talks about internal versus external distractions, and one of the internal distractions is anxiety and depression, and then it talks about learning how to use relaxation techniques. And prior to completing therapy or other overwhelming activities, take a few minutes in a quiet space with dim lighting to relax your shoulders. So I was just kind of going like this, which right now, in this very moment, as I'm talking to you, and as I'm feeling what I'm feeling, because that's important too. When you spend your whole life being dissociated with your body, it is normal. Like, so when stress comes, it's normal for me to exit, but not even know that I'm exiting. And so one of the ways for me to be present is to notice the things. And so I am relaxing my shoulders, which is like doing shoulder rolls. Right now, my one shoulder. Can you hear it? That just continues to pop like that. It's actually my clavicle. So anyway, I'm relaxing my shoulders, and then it talks about inhale deeply through the nose, exhale slowly through pursed lips, roll head forward, right, left, back, and roll shoulders forward and back. So I just... And as I'm doing this exercise, I'm listening, and I hear a clock ticking. I hear a computer fan running. I can actually hear my vertebra and the discs crinkling. I feel tense. I feel pressure in my spine, right here in this area. I feel muscular tension, definitely in my trapezius, in my sternocleidomastoid. I feel pain on my right side. But I also feel my belly full of air. I feel the sunlight on my face. I feel my hair touching my face. And so I can be present in this moment and recognize what I'm feeling, feel it, and just think about it and sit with it. So I can sit with this uncomfortable feeling of, I don't like the way this feels. I don't like having these emotions that I don't know what to do with. I don't like the thought of maybe not going to this visitation, but I can be here with it in this moment and sit with it. And that's sort of how I'm learning to cope with the feelings. Because in the past, it would just be push through, push through, push through. And unfortunately, 50 years of pushing through got me, 47 years of pushing through, got me to a place where I was stuck, like legit, literally, physically unable to move. So now that I'm a little bit more able to move, now that I'm less physically impacted by the emotions, and I'm learning to turn down my nervous system, I just need to continue that path to figure out how to cope. You know, what do I do next? What is the next thing that I'm going to do? Knowing that my emotions are cranked up, my nervous system is cranked up. What's the next thing that I need to do based on that information? So that's where I'm at. I hope that maybe somewhere out there somebody's learning about their nervous system and learning about how their body reacts to trauma and what they feel, and how trauma triggers happen in the most mundane type of way. And then we trauma survivors have to figure out what to do next, what to do with that information, and how to love ourselves along the way, because we are just like a little second grader. We're learning how to cope. And it's not lost on me that 10 years ago I was sober. Like I got sober and haven't had a drink since then, but haven't learned how to not want to drink, how to not want to run away, how to not want to harm myself. You know, I still feel all of those emotions. And when I feel them, I don't even know what to do with myself. So I'm just learning. Like baby second graders learn how to read, write, do math. I'm learning how to take care of myself. So if you're out there learning how to take care of yourself, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. So whatever is happening right now, try to own that, sit with it, and then figure out what needs to be done next. And I'm going to figure out what I need to do. Stay and heal yourself. You're worth it.